Well, Richard, nicely, it was a big game and a big result for your team in the end.
Yeah, it was an important game for both teams. However, we lost this time last year and still made the four, so it's never a foregone conclusion for Featherstone. It was a tough game. It had everything. As a rugby league spectacle, I thought it was outstanding. Obviously, as a coach, it wasn't great. I'd like to have gone in at half-time with a bit more of a lead and probably took a couple more of our opportunities. But it's never like that when you're coaching Halifax. And we capitulated in the second half, and Featherstone really got off their advantage line, didn't they? They got back-to-back penalties and tries. But for that team to come back from that with a player down as well, it was magnificent. It was probably one of our best performances, certainly over the last 12 months, definitely without a doubt.
Scott Morrell scored the first try, beautiful kick from Ben Kay, and he scored the last try. There aren't many players in that position with a ball under your foot have got the presence of mind to make something of it and win the game for the team.
Well, we did speak about kicking being important this week. We didn't quite get to any kicks last week, so the first thing was to get to kicks. And then the kicks obviously took care of themselves. They were pretty good. Scott's a fantastic captain, and he's helping me out with the coaching, as is Simon Griggs. A lot of credit has to go to them this week. Obviously I'm off feet at the moment, but the environment we have is pretty autonomous and everybody delves in, and the players came up with a fantastic plan and they sailed the ship today. Simon obviously come off at half time. He's still got a bit of a growing problem, but he was pivotal in that 14-0 lead at the start, I thought, as well.
And that 14-0 lead you took into half time, and you alluded to it earlier, but in many ways that wasn't as big a scoreline as perhaps your first half performance deserved.
And it suggested we played a lot better, didn't it? The momentum, our momentum chart was far, in a way, best it's been for a long time in terms of the amount of players that we had. However, Featherstone are a strong team. They've got an outstanding back three. We get them going forward, and obviously off the back of that, you've got Gazok, who, anywhere near the line, he's gonna get his hands across the line. But our credit to our boys, fantastic attitude. Coaches question players' attitude and all that. Well, in pre-season, when you talk about being a gritty, honest team who'll do everything for the person either side. Well, I think we did that today. And if we can do that throughout the season, we'll hopefully win more than we'll lose as well.
You mentioned Featherstone's back three, but your back three was also strong. QLT was linking in from the back and joining everything good, and Will Sharp, when the big plays were required, taking the high balls, taking the balls to set tries up, he was everywhere.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, it's a fair call, and QLT certainly has improved our attack. I think he sparked our revival as well, did he, dancing across the field and picking holes. Will Sharp has been he's been the most consistent performer since I've been at the club. He's outstanding. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He loves playing for Halifax. We've moved him out of position that he likes, and you wouldn't know, would you? He's fantastic. But that's what it's about in this team. You do your best for the team. You forget about the individual, and that was on show today. I thought the attitude for your teammates, far outweighed the opposition's today.
Featherstone Rovers came out strongly in the second half. Both teams had a man in the bin, and it was quite a duel, wasn't it, between Dan Fleming and Mitch Clark all afternoon. But Featherstone got on the front foot on the back of Gareth Hawke, it has to be said, and the forwards. 18-14, you found yourself behind, and then Steve Tyrer goes in the bin. How were you feeling at that point?
We were gone then, weren't we? And as a coach, you're thinking, who can I bring on to spark us up? What tactical things can we do? We just had to stop giving away penalties, stupid penalties. We did speak about the penalties and the ruck in the week. We managed it really well in the first half, but that's where Featherstone's strengths lie. But we didn't give in. We didn't give in, and that is a sign of a great team. For us to come through all that and come out the other side and get a couple of scores. I wish we'd have not hit the post there with that goal, because you never know what can happen in a rugby league game. But yeah, it's not done my legs no better. It's all swollen up, and my heart's probably the same now. But we can give the players a lot of credit for that. Fantastic.
Well, you're looking up the league, Richard, and you've got your game in hand, and you play next week against Blackpool. The top four is really within your sights now. You could leapfrog Featherstone with a victory.
We're not going to get carried away. We know it's a long season. It was an important game today for both clubs. We worked out on the right side of the result today. We did deserve to, I thought. We've got to learn from our second half. We've not put 2 hours of rugby together. Last week, it was the opposite. Second half against Dewsbury, we were outstanding. First half, I think we were 14-0 down last week. So, we're not the finished article yet. We can't fall in love with ourselves. Far from it. We've got to learn and be a resilient, tough side for 80 minutes, not just 40. So that's something that we'll speak about in the week.
Richard, what have you done to the leg, Richard?
The patella tendon, so I've ruptured that, so that'll thank you. So that's been operated on Tuesday, and I'll be off it for a few weeks now. But the way I coach, it's all about the players, and nothing much has changed really.
Was there any possibility that you might not actually make it?
Yeah, no possibility.
Adam Gatta made his return.
Yeah.
Long awaited.
Yeah.
How do you think he got on?
It was a tough game to bring him in this one, and I'd really like to have got him through the door last week. We couldn't do that. It was mixed. He did some really good stuff. He's a fantastic player. Will be better. He needed that game to improve and develop. I thought we didn't rely on one player today. QLT sparked us up. We didn't rely on him. Scott Morrell was outstanding. His game management tactically was great. I really like Brandon Moore coming off the bench. I think he just has a real good impact on what we're doing in and around the ruck. Dan Fleming had a front rowers battle, didn't he? With a couple of their front rowers, which is what you want. You want to come out the right side of it. We kept our discipline well. In terms of the niggly stuff, I didn't think we did in and around the ruck. I thought we were loose. That's why they got back in the game.
If I ask you to look at your position with a bit of perspective, you're against top full-time teams, bigger budgets, Featherstone obviously part-time, bigger budget. I mean, you do this every year, and you're always in the mix. How proud are you of this squad that you're even fighting and scrapping for this position at the minute?
Yeah, if you look at the budgets and the rosters of the other teams, probably shouldn't be. But you get what you deserve. If you deserve to finish up in the top 4 or higher or wherever, then you'll get that. These players deserve to finish as high as the work rate allows and what they're prepared to do for each other. We saw today that they're prepared to do quite a lot. Any coach worth his salt, you've got to bottle that up and recapture it week on week on week. That's a difficult task. As I said earlier, we've not put 2 hours of rugby together, so we've probably not, if I'm being honest, I don't think we've seen the best out of this group. Injuries play a part. I know they had a couple of injuries today, Featherstone, to key players. We've got to keep ours fit. We lost Simon, which I thought he steers our shipping around the middle, and we didn't have him out there for the whole game. So Adam coming back will be a lot better for that game as well.